Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to TWF TLDW Week 2. We're going over all the events from the past week of TWF action, another 6 matches, another fantastic series of bouts, quite frankly. Let's see what we've got in store for today. We will see a singles match between Viscera and Jarrett. There will be tag team action with the Hardy Boys versus the Lucha House Party. Tito Santana will take on Apollo Crews. More tag team action with the APA and the Hollies. We will have another fantastic women's 4-way dance which pictures the fabulous Moolah versus Kelly versus Terri Runnels versus Rowdy Ronda Rousey. And finally, the main event for week number 2, Kurt Angle versus George the Animal Steele. So let's look at our first match then. We have Jarrett versus Viscera, Big Daddy V, the big powerhouse against Double J, who will come out on top on this one. It's a bit of a difficult question if you ask me. Let's take a look at the closing highlights.
He's too exhausted. Jarrett's up again though. Bit of a to and fro, chopping and punch. Oh, but Jarrett's not having any of that. Is Jarrett pushing out? He's going up to Jarrett with the elbow, but it didn't connect. And Jarrett's going for the small package, red balls are red ball. Less than 5 minutes to go in this match. A splash into the corner. But again, Jarrett with the dirty tricks and Viscera. And Jarrett's going to the outside. 1, 2. This match could end up in a draw. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And a swing moment from outside from Jarrett to Viscera. 11, both going 12, 13, back in again. So it's Viscera for 25. Viscera seems like it's quite hard to put away Jarrett right now. Jarrett's reversing quite a lot of things. Jarrett going up for the superplex. He needs this to hit, and he does. But Jarrett can't go in for the pin. He cannot take advantage. Jarrett with a back drop. 2 minutes to go. Jarrett will need to finish this. Solid punch from Jarrett. Jarrett's right for figure 4 once more. And he's tapped.
Jarrett coming out there on top. A little bit of dodgy moves going on though. We might have to keep an eye on him. Our next match is a tag match between the Hardy Boys versus Lucha House Party. This could be a classic, ladies and gentlemen. You've got the originators of the high flying action, the Hardy Boys, and the Lucha House Party, the Luchadors, the high flying flipping action. We will have a classic on our hands here, I've got a feeling. Let's take a look at some of the highlights.
Seconds away from the future for Jeff to win this match. And he's going for it again. He's going for it again on the inside. 1, 2. Next bit into the corner. 20 minutes gone. Jeff and Vincent having a got over. Jordan, but Lisa was able to come on top. That's increased it. And it's back in. We are 20 minutes down already, I think. Just under halfway. The Claudia seems to be suffering this time. Lovely flip from Terri. He's just going for a combat right close to the Hardy kick. He's got a great break on the 1, 2. There's rock control of this match so far. There's still belief to Lucha. Wow, Lucha has MacLeod. Jeff is able to close that up. And someone's bleeding. There's blood all over. It looks like Lucha is bleeding. First time we'll see some colour on TWF. Lucha is going for the 10 now. And he's got it.
Wow, what an upset. It was in my book anyway, because I had money on the Hardys going through to the next phase in that tournament. But instead, Lucha House Party progress to the next round for the Tag Team Championships. Our next match is between Tito Santana and Apollo Crews. This match could be an interesting match on paper. You've got the all-rounder Apollo Crews against the classic veteran Tito Santana. Again, there could be quite a load of flips in this match. Let's see who comes out on top as we look at the highlights.
Crews says that this match is over. He's gone for one over again. Going to take advantage though. I think those car drivers are covering the back with some side sweep. 2! Tito with this match. The veteran of the ring showing exactly right. Crews with a bit of a dirty trick this there. Terri Tito to the ropes. Another knee attack. Lovely part in the world is over. He's got this more package. 2, 3.
Apollo Crews going through then. If you ask me, by the skin of his teeth. I think Tito really pushed him there. Our next match is another tag match, this time pitching the APA against the Hollies. This could be brutal. You've got powerhouses, Farouk, Bradshaw, Hardcore Holly, and of course the super heavyweight Crash Holly. This could be a slugfest. Let's take a look at the highlights.
Twice. 20 minutes gone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 20, 21, 22 Was a ripple kick from Crash to Farouk. It's absolutely mental. Lovely headbutt from Farouk to get a bit of control. Farouk tried to get another one. Couldn't because back to that side. Managed to start the counter play. And here we go. Absolute havoc against Moolah. Control. There's no power bomb. Can't show that he reversed it. Hardcore as another man goes for 10.
Incredible match. Incredible match. It was actually had an evaluation of 100% from Fight Pro Wrestling right there. All-time classic. I think that was also the first time we got a 100% rating on TWF. Incredible match. the Hollies go through to the next phase of the tournament. Next up, we have the women's four-way dance, which pictures the fabulous Moolah, Kelly, Terri Runnels and Ronda Rousey. Now, who could win in this one? This could be a bit of an interesting match. For those of you who don't know the rules to a four-way dance, the first person to score the pinfall or submission will win the match. That means that two people might not even be involved in this decision. Someone can sneak a win on this one. Let's take a look at the highlights.
She's going for the long ball. She's got the long ball. Is Kelly going to tap? Is Terri going to tap? No, she is not. Still she goes. Reach to Moolah. Slap to Ronda. Moolah's going for the elbow.
1, 2.
Terri's going for the pin. But also able to get it. He's going for the pin again. Almost. Ronda has a submission attempt. Moolah again. Close. Terri might just steal this one.
Ronda Rousey coming out on top. If you ask me, it was incredibly close. I thought Terri Runnels would steal it there. She was very close several times at that point in the match. This just in, apparently after that match, the fabulous Moolah attacked Ronda Rousey backstage. There was a bit of a scuffle before the backstage crew was able to separate the pair. Some bad blood between those two, I think. In any case, doesn't affect the decision of the match, and apparently Ronda Rousey is still fit to fight. Looking then to our main event of the evening, another singles male match which pictures Kurt Angle versus George the Animal Steele. Bit of an interesting match. You've got an 80s classic superstar against the Olympic hero. Who will come out on top? Who knows? Let's take a look at some of the highlights from that match.
Oh, and the referee is down. The referee is down.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
2.
10 minutes left. He's still counted. Another double sequence. That was probably thinking that's got to do to win. He's going to find people. No. Still George Steele, purple party. And he's going for a choke now.
2, 3.
What's Angle gotta do to finish this match? Happy that Angle just has his number. Could be the enemy's goal, ladies and gentlemen. George Steele is still standing at the top of the ring. He's waiting for another choke on Angle.
2.
Steele, and just completely. Just not cleverly backed up from down there. It's going to Angle. That's the first sign of tiredness that I've seen in Lucha. Angle was able just to do a desperation kick there. 1 more minute. Exhausted. Prove well of Angle. Absolutely fix the abdomen of the hero.
Yeah!
With the percent. 30 more seconds. Advantage of this. We could have a tie, ladies and gentlemen. We could have a tie. We're getting very close to the 20-minute limit. 10 more seconds. How we can get the pin. He's going for the journey. That's it. It's over.
Wow, that's an interesting outcome. It's a draw, so that means that neither Kurt Angle or George the Animal Steele goes through to the next stage in the men's championship tournament. Incredible. And we have some further news from the outcome of that match. Apparently after that match, Kurt Angle sought out the TWF president, Paul Whitechurch, and asked him for a rematch. Only this time he doesn't want a time limit. Wow, that could be a match that we see in the future, maybe even at Crowning Glory, who knows. Speaking of Crowning Glory, that is only in 2 weeks' time. You will see it live on Twitch and the recorded show over on YouTube after the event. So let's take a look then at next week's matches for TWF Week 3. We will see a tag team match between the New Age Outlaws and Test and Albert, or their tag team known as TNA. We will see Terry Funk take on Eric Young in a single men's match. In another singles men's match, we will see Ted DiBiase take on Owen Hart. We will also see another singles match in Bray Wyatt against Paul Orndorff. The women's four-way bout this time will be Charlotte Flair against Tori Wilson and Deborah, making up the last number. And finally, in our main event, who's next? Goldberg is next. He takes on Doink the Clown. Next week we'll also see the last matches of the first round of the Men's TWF Championship Tournament. After then, we're looking towards the quarterfinals. It's going to be a hell of a match. Stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.